Hello and welcome to the Wrestling Corner episode 32, the most consistent thing on the Sports Corner YouTube channel in your face today. And that's not just the episode, it is the name of the episode. We'll come on to that later when we get to Raw. Stupid name, stupid show. But as always, I am joined by my co-host Simon.
We've not discussed Raw yet. Was it a stupid?
No, I just didn't like the branding of in your face.
Right, understandable.
Have you got Raw on it background?
No, I've got my window open, which I think I'll shut.
So, and I thought I heard Raw. Anyway.
No, I'll shut my window. Quite a lot of background noise.
So this week it's been a hectic week, so I haven't watched as much wrestling, but I've caught the big moments. So I think I'll talk about the shows, but I'll let you chime in because you've obviously watched them. So if they were a big moment that I've missed, you can bring us in with that. I'm just going to load up the AEW Dynamite results because we'll go straight into Dynamite. The show started off with the match, and it was Lucha Bros, Penrose Zero and Ray Phoenix with Eddie Kingston, the Butcher and the Blade versus Jurassic Express. Half decent tag team match. I've seen this. It's more after the match, where it's sort of the Lucha Brothers basically get into. So they take each other out, which leads to the finisher. After the match, Phoenix and Zero basically having it, pushing each other, getting angry at each other. Butcher and Blade jumping in, Eddie Kingston got on the mic and ordered them to knock out, shake hands. Still a bit of beef between the brothers. They eventually shook hands. Eddie Kingston then said, looked at the camera and said he was never alone from the Casino Battle Royale at all out this past Saturday, and to look up the rules before winking at camera and walking away. I mean, first, what do you think about sort of not the teased breakup, but the sort of dissension between the bros?
I like it, albeit if I'm not particularly sure why it's Eddie Kingston that brings them back together. But I've really enjoyed the promos and stuff.
I just don't understand why them two would be breaking up at this point. I know they're incredible singles wrestlers and stuff, but
yeah, it's one of the more enjoyable things on the show, I think I'd say.
Yeah. And Eddie Kingston's a great promo.
Yeah, I didn't think I'd like Eddie Kingston, but since he's been featured more regularly, I've really sort of come round to him.
Yeah. Matt Hardy was out with a special announcement, obviously, everything that went on over the week with Rebby Hardy on Twitter saying Matt's not fine, he's got a concussion. But then Tony Khan saying, yeah, Matt's fine, he's been released from hospital and stuff. So Matt Hardy comes out and says, Saturday All Out suffered a very scary fall, and I know it frightened a lot of people. The outpouring of love over the past few days has been humbling, and I'm very happy to stand here in front of you and tell you after a myriad of tests, I'm expected to make 100% full recovery. I am a lucky man because I have a beautiful family, said Hardy as he pointed to Rebbe and his newborn baby ringside. He apologised to his family and the fans for putting them through that scary moment on Saturday. Maybe it's a good thing this vintage between myself and Sam McVeigh has ended. So now it's time for me to get back to being healthy. What, go on?
I like this. It wasn't a promo. It was just.
It was Matt Hardy talking.
I am okay. I'm alive. There was no angle. It was just Matt Hardy going out and telling people it was the best way to address it.
Yeah. He said, when I'm clear to return, it's time for Matt Hardy to chase his first AEW championship. My journey's not over. Matt Hardy gets a standing ovation for fans. Years to make the fans happy. Maybe he'll go after the TNT title. You know, I really like this. I'd be investing in a Brody Lee. Matt Hardy title when he's back. I think Bradley will be champion for a bit. Do you think it is, or do you think he goes full for the main against one-sided Tron Moxley?
You're not going to get Matt Hardy versus John Moxley anytime soon.
No.
But Brody Lee, I could see it happening. Although there's so many people in that mid-card picture that it could be anyone.
Yeah. Which is what the TNT belt is for. Orange Cassidy versus Angelico. This more feud now is based on between Santana and Ortiz and best friends more of anything now. Obviously, Cassidy picks up the win. Nice to see. Obviously, beat Jericho all out, so at least he's picking up some wings.
I'm losing it a bit with Orange Cassidy.
Yeah, I was never fully invested, in fairness.
I really like TH2, but I know that's not the story that's being told, but
no.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like what makes Orange Cassidy so entertaining, they're losing it a bit. He should have.
Yeah, I don't know what they could have done for a bit of difference on him though, like after this feud.
Yeah, I mean it's elevated Orange Cassidy, but he I don't know. He don't. Not that he didn't need elevating, but I feel like he's just another guy in that mid card.
Yeah,
for me, I was more just happy to see Angelico on TV.
And the best friends are like the best friends.
Yeah.
It was the best man reveal after this. Kip Sabian and Penelope Ford came out to the ring. Everyone congratulated Tony Schiavone. Kip grabbed the microphone and told Schiavone to get lost. One of Kip's Twitch subscribers named Puff came out, believing he was the best man. Sabian told him he was mistaken and told him to leave. Brian Pillman Jr. was there next. Sabian told Pillman that he was confused because they're not even friends. And he told Pillman to get out of the ring. Kip tried again this time. And he eventually got it off. He went, and he's my best man. And thingy. And Hollywood Miro.
It was the segment of the week.
Miro fought the Beast from Bulgaria, formerly known as Alexander Rusev. Rusev from WWE. Miro said, 10 years in the same house and you can take a brass ring and shove it up your ass. My name is Miro and I'm all elite. I thought it's a bit of a corny line. Don't get me wrong. But I'm fine with it.
Yeah. Kit did this perfectly. He's one of the most underrated guys in that company.
He's great, innit?
I've said it for quite a while, and he's really starting to find his feet now. But yeah, I really like Miro's music, and I love the whole he's the best man.
Yeah,
It's like it reminded me of Brian Myers in Impact. He is the most professional wrestler.
Yeah.
There's something amusing about it.
Yeah, I think.
I loved it. I'll let you talk about Miro because my fish fingers ready.
Your fishy fingers with it. I think the interesting thing about Miro coming is everyone knew coming. Everyone thought, oh, maybe seeing a battle royale, and then it's a strange thing. But you know what? To embed him in the company, to put him with Kip Sabian, a man who's been on the show, and I think eventually Kip will turn on him. He'll get annoyed that Kip's the groom, and he'll be getting annoyed that Miro is getting all this attention, which I like very much, for sure. Interested what they do with obviously, he's dyed his hair blonde. It's bold. It is very bold from Miro, but Hollywood. It worked for Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Yeah, I think he's going to be very interested to see what happens with the lads. With the lads, sorry. Sorry if there's any delay. I'm just trying to put up a tweet. I've loaded up coding this time for some reason. We'll load up WWE and we'll use a GIF of Vince McMahon being shocked. There we go. If you want to follow me to it, it's at ROOC. Hangman Adam Page was interviewed earlier in the day by Tony Schiavone. Page got very candid with Schiavone. It kind of felt inevitable that Hangman and Kenny were going to lose the belts, but it didn't have to happen. It's my fault, and I've lost two of my best friends in the Young Bucks. It's stupid that I thought FTA would like me. Now that Kenny and I have lost the tag titles, we have to climb back out the ladder. This is our toughest test. Interesting. Very interesting. I think I would prefer a solo run. To be honest, I think they were great. Kenny can go back to being the cleaner.
Who are we on about?
Kenny and Hangman. Hangman says me and Kenny have to rise back up the ladder.
I'm
not a massive fan of.
I don't want them to go up to be in the tag team. I want Kenny Omega full on singles run.
I want the cleaner.
I don't know anything about the cleaner. I just like
Kenny Omega. He just has a one streak in his hair.
I really like babyface Omega, but I know that's not the road they're going down. But I'm up for all kinds of Kenny Omega. He's just the best, isn't he?
He's great. He's just. The thing is, I think if you even want an amazing wrestler, there's something about his aura.
Yeah, he's got it.
He's got it, and again, it's that thing. I don't know what it is, but he's got it. He's great. A no disqualification / no countdown match was next. The Inner Circle, the Demo God Chris Jericho, and Jake Hager versus the Bad Boy Joey Janela and the Concrete Rose Sonny Kiss. Do you want to take this match? Because I have not seen it.
Well, you've not seen it, and I can't remember much from it. Right.
I'll read the description if you want.
I've got it in front. I've got it in front of me. There wasn't much to write home about. I know the Inner Circle picked up the win. I think Hager got the win. Yeah, Hager locks in that sort of chokehold thing on Sonny Kiss. So it's a good win for Jake Hager because let's face it, he doesn't really get too many. And Sonny Kiss and Joey Janela it's a mid card act, isn't it? As harsh as it is.
Yeah, I like the pairing though. It's two people who probably shouldn't be together, but actually work quite well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and it was a half decent match from what I've seen. I haven't seen much, but from what I've seen, it was all right.
Yeah, it was all right. It was. Yeah, that's all. That's all there is to say. It's just Jericho gets a win back, doesn't he, after the loss at All Out. Wait, yeah, this was the first one back after All Out, wasn't it? That feels like so long ago.
Yeah, there's been so much wrestling over the past 2 weeks, for a month even. So much. MJF was at his campaign headquarters. He fired his campaign staff for failing him this past Saturday at All Out. Wardlow stood up and MJF asked if he had a problem with him. MJF reminded Wardlow that Tony Khan doesn't sign his checks. MJF signed them. Only did Wardlow reluctance. I really like this. And I'm all for not a Wardlow turn, but a Wardlow separation. Where he just goes, I've had enough of being a bodyguard. And then you get a few. No, I don't think a feud works. I think Wardlow is a better heel. But you maybe get a thing with Wardlow where MJF is against the company, where he thinks he's better, and it's Wardlow maybe trying to get a contract or something from Tony.
It was just peak MJF in the sense that it was just have we when he was like, have we got a problem here, Wardy? Because I pay your checks, not Tony Khan.
Great.
He's so good. And it's an interesting direction to go down because I wasn't really into the MJF Wardlow split, whereas this promo made it make sense.
The problem is I don't know how Wardlow works as a babyface.
How would what babyface Wardlow?
Yeah.
Or
do you not? Do you keep him as heel? Then how do you do this?
Would be babyface Wardlow because although he's built like a heel, what has he actually done that's that heelish? He's just the body. He's just helped out the guy who pays his checks. He's not really done anything too despicable.
And he's just doing his job what he's being paid to do.
And on being the elite, he's been quite. He's shown that he can do humour.
Yeah. He
So
could work as not babyface, but just a tweener.
Possible.
Yeah, it's just an absolute beast. Sort of like Braun in a way, but better. Because Braun, not a fan of. But we'll come on to that later. Newly crowned AEW Tag Team Champions FTR win the ring for a victory celebration with Tully Blanchard. They they represent the deepest tag team vision in the world, and they are no locker room leaders. They sort of tag teams that were present, especially Jurassic Express, and basically Jurassic Express FTR next week. All four. I mean, with Jurassic Express proved since AEW started, they are an incredible tag team together.
Yeah, that should be all right. FTR will pick up the win, won't they?
Yeah. But it's the one problem with Jurassic Express. They have these incredible matches, but they don't pick up wins.
Yeah, I was just going to say that exact thing. It's another good showing, but ultimately come up short match for Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus.
We had a bit of a Ricky Starks promo where he came out as Darby Allin again. Native Beast Nyla Rose versus the newly signed Tainara Conte. So when I saw this at first, I was like, just another WWE thing because they're running that risk. And I thought, actually, no. She was in the tag team thing. She's got a legit story. It's been on not AEW Dark, being the elite a little bit and stuff with Anna Jay. Obviously, she's very close friends with her, and sort of is teasing her going to the Dark Order.
Tainara Conte's awesome.
Good is she?
I'm not sure if I've ever said it on this podcast, but even back when she was in NXT, I could not understand why she wasn't just bigger.
Why wasn't she bigger in NXT?
She was on the Undisputed Era for a week. You remember that?
Yeah, which is mental.
But
was she in it before Roddy Strong?
Doing stuff.
I genuinely think she was in it before Roddy Strong, right?
I'm
trying to think when the match was. So was it? It was
a long time.
Who was they facing?
What,
I'm
when she
guessing it was.
joined the Undisputed Era?
Yeah, must have
Do
been in a tag team match,
you reckon it was like Cesar Bononi and Adrian Jawood or something?
and then
Arturo Ruas as he is now.
and then Mia Yim or something. She gets everywhere. I'm gonna find. I want to find out. It was announced that the Bucks and Spots and the Nyla Rose match. What's it called? Nyla pinned Conti after Vicious Beast Bomb. Shida came out and made the save. Well, Vicky Guerrero and Rose retreated. I'm not invested in Nyla Rose.
She's got a really good presentation.
She does.
And a really good
She's
team.
scary.
And then in the ring, I find myself zoning out.
Same. She's much like Awesome Karma, where when she came out and you knew that she was coming, you think, "Oh fuck, she's gonna cause like damage or something." But then when there's an actual announced match, I'm like, "Yeah, who cares? Who gives a shit?"
Yeah.
It was announced that after the Bucks' unsportsmanlike conduct super kick party on Alex Marvez, Tony Khan has found them $5,000 each. A nice little being elite segment where they just walked over to Tony Khan's office and just threw cash in it. Early in the day, Jim Ross interviewed Kenny, so obviously Hangman thinking. Kenny said there was no denying he and Hangman have chemistry. Jay asked Kenny what's next for you, and we've got such a deep tag team division. For us to get the level where we had to learn a lot about one another. And what I learned about Hangman, I didn't like. I've got my own plans and goals, and I think it's time I go back to singles action. Perfect. What we want. Ooh. On October the 14th anniversary edition of Dynamite, it'll be EW World Champion John Moxley defending against the Murder Hawk Monster Lance Archer. The main event. Yeah.
I didn't even realise we were that close to the 1 year anniversary. Wow.
Mental, a year.
Yeah. And they've done more shows behind closed doors than in arenas.
Mental.
But do you think, if they'd have known what was coming, they wouldn't have set up AEW until like 2022 or something?
Yeah. If they knew they were 100%, but it's probably helped them because a lot more people are at home. And so people will tune in, especially in America.
It's just so unfortunate, though, isn't it?
It's like when people probably created a company like this at the start of this year. So yeah, it's unfortunate for them, but they'll try. They've done incredibly well the past year. Some shows not hitting, some shows really hitting. You know what? It's like WWE. In fairness, you have pay-per-views that are some of the best, and then you have some that are really bad.
They've had an outstanding first year, though.
Well, yeah. If you were to tell them that in your first year you would have probably three pay-per-views of best pay-per-views of the year, you would have some of the most enthralling, some of the best wrestlers that on the independent circuit. You would bring in ex-WWE guys, but it doesn't feel like a retirement home.
Look at how much the roster's changed since that first week of TV.
Yeah.
And then just think about what it could look like in 1 year time, 3, 5.
They've got depth, and it's something that people was like, "Oh, they're not going to have much depth. We're just going to see the same people every week."
They've got too much depth.
Yeah, which is obviously to their detriment. But when you've got the Cody Rhodes in the first show, Cody Rhodes, and in the past month he's not been here. I know I'm guessing he's been filming that show that was announced.
It's your big show.
The one that's got Snoop Dogg on. That's all I remember for it. But maybe he's doing that. I wonder, when do you think Cody returns?
Well, it won't. So long as they don't do what they're doing with Sasha Banks and bringing her back after 2 weeks. No, I think Cody will be probably like full gear.
I think maybe the anniversary episode he returns.
Oh, that's a bit soon.
A month.
Mm.
Another month. He's already been out for 1 month. No,
I think you're a little bit too accustomed to do WWE booking. I say full gear, November.
Okay. We'll wait and see. But the main event, it was the Exalted One Brody Lee of the Dark Order defending his title against Dustin Rhodes. As Brody was being announced, Dustin Rhodes attacked him from behind. John Silver was sacrificed. He pushed Brody into Dustin. It was a brawl, which it should have been between these two guys, I'd say. and then it turned to a very nice wrestling match. They still had Dustin and put an exclamation at the end of the sentence with the lariat. Brody countered with 2 thrust kicks and a discus lariat to pin Dustin. After the match, the Dark Order joined Mr. Bradley to celebrate in the ring. They carried a fallen QT Marshall on their shoulders and dropped him at the feet of the Exalted One. Then Bradley yelled at Colt Cabana and told him to leave the ring. Where does this come from? I think I've missed something.
It's just, isn't it just them showing that they're manipulating Colt Banger by they tear him down only to build him back up to then tear him down.
Yeah.
But it's the building him back up, which is why he sticks around.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I interpret it anyway.
Yeah, the Dark Order are a very interesting group of lads for sure.
An interesting group of lads. That's
and Anna J, can't forget her. And I feel like the same every week. It was just a good show. It's just ticking over now to the next pay-per-view.
I really enjoyed Dynamite this week. The most I've enjoyed it in a long time. And I don't know why that is. But yeah, for the first time in a while, I would choose it over NXT. Something about this week's NXT for me just felt missing. And
genuinely, because it's a Tuesday for me. But yeah. So NXT Super Tuesday 2, the Electric Boogaloo. It's Finn Balor defeats Adam Cole to win the NXT Championship. You know what? All for it. Cole has just had her title reign. I think Finn Balor's going to be decent with it.
Yeah, to me, it really didn't feel that important. I don't know whether it was just because it was like opening the show, but Adam Cole versus Finn Balor for the NXT title. I wasn't that bothered.
I think for me last week, I was expecting a finish that I wasn't invested. I was hoping last week there was an ending. I like the way it was ended last week, but I sort of hope that, I don't know.
I think it'd have been better to finish it at the time rather than carry on.
Yeah,
I think
there might be a reason.
Not a bit flat, but because it was a hell of a match, and like it was one of them where it's NXT, so like the in-ring stuff is just world class.
Yeah, there might be a reason for a win.
I didn't find myself caring.
No,
and I think that's probably my fault, to be honest. But I don't think I'm the only person who said that. It just felt a bit off.
Yeah. The Velveteen Dream defeated Ashante the Adonis. It's more after, Kushida attacked Dream after when Dream was about to start a promo, unveiled a vicious side of his own, like a rope-assisted cross arm break until the officials are pulling away. Neville's Kushida finally getting retribution after Dream assaulted him following match last month. I'm over this.
I say that threw me well off in terms of it's Tahuti Miles, isn't it?
Oh, they've renamed him.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I
he
didn't realise.
He came out in 205, the exact same gimmick. They've just renamed him. I think your notes missed out. Tegan Knox has dinner with the Garganos.
It has, but I've actually seen this. It just turned to a food fight.
Yeah, it was a bit. Johnny Gargano was the MVP, but it was a bit weird. It was
weird, but yeah, I don't know how you work this into the TV feud, like in ring. They'll find a way.
We also had Timothy Thatcher's Thatch Cam.
Yeah,
which was quite funny because he was like saying something like life is tough and difficult and it grinds you down until you quit. A bit like being in a match with me, and then just smiles.
He's quite decent in it. Big Thatch.
Timothy Thatcher, yeah. I've been watching the independent shows, and like Timothy Thatcher's on quite a lot of them, and he's really good. But if that man ever goes up to the main roster, he's done for.
I don't think he will. I think there's some wrestlers who are just destined to stick on NXT for a bit and then.
I'm surprised he even signed for WWE. So to put him on the main roster.
Yeah, I don't think it's the thing Vince would have signed off when you look at Riddle in terms of that MMA guy.
Timothy, Vince would just not understand.
No.
I'd put him in Raw Underground, but
yeah, it'd work. I'm all for the suit if Kushida wins. I think Kushida needs to start picking up some wins on NXT. And
Kushida probably should be in the position or in a similar one to what Bronson Reed is.
Yeah.
And
if he beats Dream, though, I'm all for it. I've gone sour on Dream.
On who?
Dream.
Dream. Yeah, I have as well. maybe it's the out of the ring stuff, but
I genuinely think it doesn't help. But then you look at Austin Theory. I don't really see Austin Theory as different.
no,
Um,
I know I should probably hold them to the same standards. Although I've seen quite a lot of tweets that say Austin Theory was actually innocent.
Really?
So I don't know what's going on with that, but I was more just I found it refreshing to see Austin Theory making his entrance just because he's got one of the best themes I think in the company.
I'm glad that
I
he's
really
back
like Austin Theory.
to Austin Theory, not Messiah Theory.
Yeah.
Brasserie does pick up a win against him, but I don't think this is the end for the theme. The feud.
Austin Theory bumps like an absolute madman, so fair enough.
He's mentally still so young, and he's 23?
Yeah, something like that.
Austin Theory. He is. Oh, his name wrong. He's 23, yeah. Which is mental.
Yeah, he's some talent.
Yeah. Roderick Strong defeated Killian Dane. So Bobby Fish came out with BS in the hole, pulling Strong out of the way. Killian Dane's potential top rope attack. Dane clocked Fish, but left him vulnerable to a blistering jumping knee by Strong to suffer defeat. The era looked to continue the onslaught until Drake Maverick saved Dane with a lead pipe in hand. Maverick offered Dane a handshake, only to catch a haymaker to the face. I've seen because I think there's a tag team match announced for next week. Have you seen Drake Maverick's tweets?
Yeah, I was just going to say Drake Maverick's been really good on Twitter.
Just sharing the DM saying, Dane, where are you? We need to talk about our tag team match next week on NXT.
Asking whether Twitter's been down as to why he's not replying.
Yeah, I like that Drake is actually on the main show now. And this is the role he should bear. This little baby face who just shouldn't be on TV, but he's wormed his way through, and now he's got this. Not a big match, but
he should just be like just a little friendly guy who just hasn't got a lot in his body.
What was with EC3? Just face, basically.
Yeah,
a little bit of a weak, a bit like a child. He's there. He's a bit weak, but he can do the graps.
I know. I know what you mean. Yeah.
I'll let you talk about the main event because I haven't had time to watch it.
Yeah, I barely watched it to be honest because I wasn't.
All I know is that the Robert Stone brand is over because Mercedes Martinez has left it and she's part of Retribution.
Rhea Ripley picked up the dub. I think basically what mattered was when Robert Stone tried to climbing up the cage, and I think he got caught on the top of the cage or something. And then Rhea Ripley won with she won with that riptide off the second rope, didn't she?
Yeah.
And that's that. So I think that's Mercedes Martinez up on the main roster. Welcome to Retribution.
Yeah, welcome to Retribution. Good episode of NXT. Really good episode.
Yeah, it was quite good actually on reflection.
And you look at the pace. Big, energetic match start off with Balor and Cole, then a big gritty match to end it, and the women main eventing, which is always nice to see.
Right. Shall I do the best time of the week?
The best shows of the week. Fuck Raw, fuck AEW.
Right, so I'm just going to add in an extra one this week because on Impact's Explosion.
Is that their dark?
Yeah, but there's only one match, and Johnny Swinger was on it this week. It was Johnny Swinger versus Suicide, and unfortunately Suicide picked up the win. But it was
still there?
Yeah.
Who's Suicide? Do we know?
Went from the Rascals.
Right.
Yeah, so there'd been quite a little bit of build to Swinger versus Suicide. A few weeks ago on Impact, you had Swinger dressing up as Suicide, calling himself Swingerside.
Don't laugh at that.
Quite entertaining. Right. Eric Young opens the show. So yeah, basically just cuts a promo. Eddie Edwards, I don't know whether it's wife or partner, but Alicia Edwards comes out. And Eric Young tries to pile driver.
Oh, well.
So that's that. Tommy Dreamer comes and makes the save, and then you main event Dreamer versus Eric Young.
It's his wife.
Yeah. I thought it would.
Bobby Roode. Well, interesting.
TJP versus Chris Bay. A bit of X division action. TJP picked up the win with a roll up after Rohit Raju distracted Chris Bay. So I think Chris Bay's number one contender because it was like a distraction loss. Yeah. All right. Then we've got the first episode of Locker Room Talk It's returned now that the Swingman's returned from Wrestle House. Are you
Is
familiar
Wrestle
with
House
locker
over,
room
by the
talk?
way?
Yeah, but are you familiar with locker room talk?
No, of course I'm not.
Okay. So it's what they did every week up until Wrestle House. So it's Madison Rain's segment,
Okay.
and she's
Is she
co-hosted
the
by
one part
Don.
of Beautiful People?
No, she's the commentator.
Who's the one that's Beautiful People?
Oh, that's long gone.
Angelina Love.
Angelina Love.
Yeah, go on.
So yeah, Madison's Rain's locker room talk with the Swingman. Yeah, it's just basically she invites a guest onto the sofa, and they just have a few questions. And this week's guests are Kylie, Ray, and Susie. And she talks about upcoming title match with Diana Perazzo. Diana Perazzo enters, and then I think the room gets trashed or something. As Bleacher Report's analysis says here in the first line, first of all, give Johnny Swinger all the money. Even in a short and mostly irrelevant role, he was still the show stealer. In this segment, that man he's so funny. I would advise anybody to go out and watch this week's locker room talk, because the Swingman, words cannot describe. Right. Willie Mack versus Brian Myers. The most professional wrestler delivered a low blow and hit a DDT for the win. So Willie Mack is now getting beat by Brian Myers. So yeah, it was okay.
Yeah.
It was all right. It was, nothing's ever going to top the Swingman.
No.
Motor City Machine Guns versus the Rascals for the tag titles. Rapid match, just quick. Quick pace, just as you'd expect from all four. They pinned Wentz for the win, and then the North enters Ethan Page and Josh Alexander. Ace Austin and Madman Fulton joined in the beatdown of all four of them, and then the Good Brothers made the save. So next week, I think it's a fatal four-way, fatal four-way tag team match for the titles. So I think it's the Rascals, the Machine Guns, the North, and Ace Austin and Madman Fulton. So
okay, nice.
I don't know what the Good Brothers are doing.
Who do you think wins?
Motor City Machine Guns. That's that. Taya Valkyrie versus Tasha Steelz. Taya Valkyrie wins. She's really good.
Yeah, she is, isn't she?
And then in the main event, Tommy Dreamer versus Eric Young. I've never been sold on Tommy Dreamer. And it was an old school rules match. So obviously there was lots of pile drives, there was lots of chairs, chains.
More or less a hardcore match.
Yeah, lots of spots like that. Eric Young hits the power driver for the win, and then after the match, Rich Swann hits the ring because he retired, didn't it?
Yeah.
So he hits the ring, hopping on one leg, and then chased off Eric Young with a crutch. So and then they, whilst Rich Swann's in the ring, Eric Young's on the ramp. They exchange words, and that's the end of the show.
Doesn't sound like a good one. This normally something that makes me want to listen.
Yeah, no, it's all you need to do is just watch locker room talk. NXT.
By the way, if I do that, I did look at Madison Rain was in the Beautiful People. They are currently known as the Allure, and it's Mandy Leon, and then Angelina Love and Velvet Sky.
Yeah, no, she does commentary now with Josh Matthews. They're really good.
Nice.
Together.
Okay.
NXT UK have announced the Heritage Cup, haven't they?
Who's in it?
Are you good? Well, first of all, are you going to watch it?
Probably not, but I don't know who's in it. So if there's someone who
there's some really good guys. Well, there's a wild card. There's only 7 announced. So.
Well, when I typed in the Heritage Cup, it came with it's an annual cup rival between San Jose Earthquakes and Seattle Sounders.
Oh, no, it's a really good lineup, to be honest. Flash Morgan Webster.
Okay.
Noam Dar.
Nice.
Alexander Wolf.
Oh, okay. Still part of Imperium, innit? Is he still part of Imperium, Alexander Wolf?
Yeah. Okay. A-Kid. Have you ever watched an A-Kid match?
Yes.
Have you watched his one? Is it the one with Will Ospreay?
Yes.
Oh, I cannot wait for him. It's one of my favourite matches ever. The one, is it in White Wolf Wrestling in like Madrid or something?
I can't remember where it was. Yeah, because it was when Will Ospreay did like the really strange indie tour. He did like one in the south of France, then one in Spain, one in Italy, and then he went back to Japan.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to seeing what A-Kid can do. Dave Mastiff, Trent Seven,
Yep.
and Joseph Connors, and a wild
Joseph
card.
Connors. Who's a wild card?
So
Pete Dunne.
on here they're saying it could be Mark Andrews, could be Eddie Dennis, could be Tyler Bate.
Right.
So yeah, we'll see. I think it'll be someone bigger than that because
I do. I think it's going to be Finn. If you can try.
The wild. It's going to be Finn. What, the NXT champion, Finn Balor?
She's the NXT champion, isn't it? Never mind. I forgot who's the NXT champion. I apologise.
So yeah, I don't know. It's not going to be. I'm going to say Will Ospreay. It's not Will Ospreay. Yeah, we'll see. I can't think of anyone who's been out for a while. Why not?
Sheamus. Right.
Yes.
Is that 205 Live in the main event?
What happened on? Yeah. What happened on main event? No, on 205. I'm trying to remember. I think it was basically the exact same card as last week. So I think the Brian Kendrick defeated Ashanti via Adonis.
I like the name, you know.
I don't get Brian Kendrick.
Is his thing like he's not legend, but
he's just a guy.
Well, yeah.
Everrise defeated the Lockhart brothers.
Jesus Christ.
Everrise are great. That one went for 2 minutes 15. You think they'd just wrap up 205 at this point, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And then in the main event, Joaquin Wilde and Raul Mendoza defeated Danny Burch and Only Larkin, which was actually pretty decent.
Is main event on Wednesdays?
Main event?
Yes, I'm just looking at.
I'm not sure. It goes up on the network on Saturdays, but obviously the stuff on the network's on a 3-week delay.
I'm about to say, I've got the September 9th main event.
Yeah, so is it the one that has Mustafa Ali defeating Akira Tozawa?
Yes.
And Riddick Moss defeating Humberto Carrillo.
Riddick, push Riddick to the moon. It's so sad, isn't it? It's so sad.
I like Riddick Moss, I do, but there's so many guys they could use. That's the problem. Everyone on main event I really enjoy watching, but that just means that someone's got to win and someone's got to lose.
Imagine when WWE.com and registered for the Thunderdome and you get an email saying you're in and it's a main event. It'd be so disappointing.
Nah, it'll be all the people who buy tickets for Raw.
They'll get a thing.
So that's that.
Right. On to SmackDown, Jeff Hardy versus AJ Styles is in a no contest. As a battle to be the one true champion rages, Jeff Hardy and AJ Styles in an intercontinental title showdown on the match. Sami Zayn was incentivized to be included in the match and entered on the ramp to call the preceding showdown fraudulent for not involving him. As officials removed Zayn, the phenomenal one used the opportunity to attack the charismatic enigma. WWE love to just have nicknames just plastered all over these descriptions. Hardy rallied to go on the offensive, but Styles escaped from an early Swanton Bomb attempt. As physical battle rage, Zayn emerged to lay waste to Styles and deliver a haluva kick to Hardy. The intrepid Hardy pulled himself up, but fell to the ground and tried to stagger up the ramp. It was but the Hardy suffered from dehydration, and the arguments around the Intercontinental Championship remain contested by all three superstars. Question: dehydration?
Yeah, it's a Matt Hardy reference, isn't it?
Is it?
Do you not think so? They took him out of the match because he was well, people have been saying it's a thing to the Matt Hardy.
Maybe.
Because they refused to take him out of the match and they said he was okay. I don't know. It's reaching a bit. I don't think I've worded it that well. The opening segment was the tribal chief thing.
You just, if I miss something, just let me know.
All right. Yeah, well, it's not much to say. Reigns opened the show. Everyone came out. They exchanged words, and I think it set up the main event.
Okay. The Money in the Bank contract slipped through Miz and Morrison's fingers again. You know what? If he gets the Money in the Bank on TV, fair enough. And it gives Miz
the bigger news, wasn't it, was that Mandy Rose has been traded to Raw.
Yeah, so it was revealed. Who tweeted it out? Was it?
Well, it was on Talking Smack.
The Talking Smack Miz said, "Oh, Mandy Rose has been traded to Raw." And then Mandy Rose tweeted, "Have I?" And then they announced it on Twitter. Strange. And then she
It
wasn't
is,
even
isn't
on
it?
Raw, was she?
No,
Very
I've got
strange.
no idea. I have no idea why.
Super strange. Lucha House departed, defeated Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro. It was a distraction from the Street Profits. Showed off the party they were throwing from the Champions Lounge. That's not safe. With Nakamura and Cesaro distracted, Kalisto swooped in and rolled the Swiss Cyborg for a shocking win. Fair play. It's a distraction. It's set up. It got a little bit of hype to Monday. I know they're saying in order.
Yeah.
Bailey explains that her is back.
The tension in the Lucha House party continues.
Okay, what is it with companies building tension in your lucha teams?
Well, they've just. Well, have you seen that Sean Ross Sapp tweet about how many tag teams the WWE have broken up in the last 2 weeks?
Andrade Garza,
Bailey Sasha, Seth Murphy, Garza and Andrade. Garza and Andrade.
Mental.
Oh.
It's either they don't have any clue or they have a lot of clues. Maybe it's all part of something big. I know I'm asking a lot of them.
No, they haven't got any clue. That's why they've had to have the tag champs face each other because they've got no one on the road.
No one. Bailey explains that her and stacking quite a nice promo, but it is all ruined by Sasha returning next week.
Mm-hmm.
Like, unless she doesn't return, it's all a Bailey thing. Is my thing? Sasha's not really returning.
No, I just that is the main selling point of this week's SmackDown.
Yeah, so she didn't
show it. I'm not sure whether it's in your face. Is that just Raw? It's just Raw.
It's just Raw. In your face. I don't understand it. Nikki Cross defeated Alexa Bliss, Tamina, and Lacey Evans. Yeah, congrats, well done, Nikki. After the match is the best. I think it's after the match. No, it wasn't. It was during the match. Sorry, during the match. Alexa Bliss was just wrestling as her old self, and then her and Nikki Cross are on the outside, and Alexa just changes, grabs Nikki, kiss Sister Abigail, and then it just leaves. I loved it.
Personally, I'm not that invested, but I do appreciate what they're trying to do with it.
For me, I'm all for it.
Actual week by week storytelling, which should be the basic. Should just be a basic at this point, but for WWE, it doesn't really work like that. But yeah, this is good.
I'm stuff. All for it, mate. Yeah. And Nikki Cross, number one contender, fair play. Otis defeated Jomo. The Miz and Morrison keep trying to trick them in the way to obtain the money back contract, but Otis keeps outsmarting them at every turn. After a distraction, the Miz grabbed Otis's lunchbox and took it off up the ramp. The working man superstar was undeterred and took out his frustrations on Morrison with a massive splash for the victory. As the Miz and Morrison reconvened backstage, they realised there were ones left again, left holding Otis's leftovers. And then, I mean,
it's the same joke as last week.
Yeah.
Working man Otis picks up another dub, which I guess is good.
Roman Reigns and Jey Uso defeated Sheamus and King Corbin. Reigns wasn't there at the start again, as what it feels like is that he just comes in whenever he wants. Just Charlotte breach and contract rules, but when you've got Paul Heyman negotiating, you're fine. I think Reigns does come into match and he clears it all out, and he gets the win. Simple.
Yeah, we're telling a nice little story here in terms of Uso's willing to let anything slide because it's family, but Reigns just doesn't care, and it's everyone can see it. Everyone can see it coming that Reigns is just going to annihilate him. Apart from Jimmy Uso, is it Jimmy or is it Jay? It's Jay.
For me, there's just something in the back of my head. I'm like, not picking up the win. Like Reigns is so confident, he goes for a spear off the back, and when he goes for the spear super kick,
Wait, you
because
don't think Uso stands a chance?
no, but it's in that first minute, Reigns is so confident. He goes for
Oh
spear
yeah,
straight away. Just don't like
yeah. I think
Uso
he'll
hits
get.
like 2 super kicks.
Yeah, there'll definitely be that big near fall at the start, which
I
uses
really
it
want them
all
to.
with offense.
There's one part of WWE where they never do. Some matches have never had these amazing near falls, and I really think this is the perfect one for it.
Oh yeah, if Reigns just squashes him without Jay getting anything in,
Maybe
then
Jimmy gets
it's
involved.
boring. But Reigns needs to show just a little bit of like vulnerability.
Yeah, I know Jimmy is out injured, but maybe Jimmy comes out and sort of try to talk to his cousins and his brother. Possibly.
Yeah, have you seen people saying Jimmy Uso twin magic?
I think he's out for like another 6 weeks. Otherwise, I probably would have said yeah.
Well, he got injured at WrestleMania at the end of March, and he's out for 6 to 9 months.
So
It's gonna be 6 months. Nah,
unless he's had a super quick recovery.
I'm gonna say that means he's got to have recovered in like the quickest time possible.
Yeah. We'll move on to Raw now. Showing up with the stakes race for Drew McIntyre and Keith Lee. In your face, Raw. No one knows what it means. Don't worry.
It's raw in your face.
In your face.
I look the promo. They have like the promo video where after each match announcement it just went in your face.
It doesn't make sense.
So cheesy, but I did laugh.
And so the autumn match is now Clash of Champions is now an ambulance match. Is that the one where it's first person to be put in an ambulance?
Oh, I didn't know this.
Yeah, it says the Vibe status for Clash Champions is in question. McIntyre still is to ensure the punishment continues on September 27th amid their WWE title match, title showdown and ambulance match. So that's like the one that Cena and Ryback, or is it Cena and Del Rio had?
Cena and Ryback did have an ambulance match, but that was the third stage in 3 stages of hell.
Yeah, so I'm guessing that's what I think. It's first person to be put in a ambulance.
Yeah, it's cheesy, but to be fair, it's a stipulation that doesn't get used very often. So,
and it fits the feud as well.
Why the hell not?
Keith Lee does come out though, but the stakes raising further by WWE official Adam Pearce. Pearce revealed that if Keith Lee defeated McIntyre later in the night and Orton is unable to compete, Keith Lee will take his place, which I like. Because then, if Orton is not injured, but if he's not on the show, have this mini Keith Lee thing in the back of the head. The Street Profits defeated Cesaro and Shinsuke in a championship match. They brought the swag like nobody can. You know what? At first, I thought that's bad. I'm glad the Street Profits picking up the win. I think they need it more than Cesaro and Sheamus.
Yeah, the Street Profits, they've lost a lot of momentum, haven't they?
Yeah. So I think they needed it just a little bit more.
Yeah, Montez Ford's frog splash is just.
Angelo hit it for the win, didn't he?
Every week.
Yeah. Angelo hit the frog splash for the win this week, didn't he, as well? Which I quite like.
I just need to go for a second. I'll let you carry the next segment, whatever that is.
It's Cedric Alexander defeated Ricochet.
Oh, right. I just want to say, Ricochet took the best lumbar check I have ever seen.
The bounce.
Yeah.
Was great. Yeah.
What a man.
Despite Alexander showed himself sort of for her business. Now, the big thing. Retribution sent another message to WWE. So her business celebration will be short-lived as Retribution commandeered the Raw airwaves once again. The group said they were tired of their treatment at the Performance Center in the past, and the mass crew promised the case will continue. Now, if I share my screen, I think I can share screen too. There we go. We're all good. If I zoom in on these lads and ladies, I think it's very obvious. Can that go? There you go. I think if you can tell from that side, you can't see the player, but on the right is Dominic Dijakovic. On next to him is Mia Yim, Mercedes Martinez, Dio Madden. And that left one, there's 2 it can be there. And I think it's Shane Thorne. The eyes give me Shane Thorne. A little bit like Rich Holland, but I doubt it. He didn't look big enough. Yeah, for me, it screams Shane Thorne. I can't think of anyone else. Don't know. Simon's going to desk him about it. But yeah, Retribution. I think those are now the members. I think they've dropped it down to 5 instead of 6. I think it was 6 before. Found out, you know what? Poor Mercedes Martinez, she didn't get to spend a lot of time in NXT, but I'm happy for these Retribution promos. They're a bit hype, which is nice to have something fresh on the WWE TV show. Asuka defeated Mickey James, but it's more after. Bit of a lackluster because I actually look forward to this match, but some matches can't give you everything. But Selena Vega coming out after the match, there was an argument backstage. Andrade and Angel Garza, she left. Andrade and Angel Garza just being just brawled backstage. But Selena Vega comes out and basically stakes a claim. You know what? Oh, like it. Maybe she's not going to win, but she can finally wrestle, which at the end of the day is what she is. Lashley defeated Eric because obviously Ivar's on the shelf now. Eric thingy.
Yeah, well, at least they've not offers have paid them in terms of Ivar's injured, so is Eric.
Just haven't, but yeah. Question: Retribution. Obviously, the 5 members: Dijakovic, me, and Mercedes Martinez. Dio Madden.
Dijakovic was so obvious.
Yeah, and I think Mia Yim is.
Mia Yim, yes. Shane Thorne
is the other one. It's either Shane Thorne of the eyes. The only other 2 people who've been because of the eyes are fucking Rich Holland because he's got mental eyes at points. The other
Rich Holland could not be in Retribution, surely not.
Dexter Loomis with the eyes was the only thing where I was like, oh.
I'm not sure he's Theo Madden, you know. He doesn't look tall enough.
That's Theo Madden. It's the image. I don't know if you've seen it.
It's the one where they're brawling in the ring.
In the ring, and his mask practically come off.
But also, they might not be the final 5 because they didn't they make 7 because 2 more people came in from off screen.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Just get on and reveal them.
Reveal one by one, though. Maybe every 2 weeks is what I'm happy for. And then
I don't know how you do it at this point.
1 week you have a reveal. The week after they explain why they are part of this Retribution, what it means to them. The week after you have a reveal and stuff like that. Seth Rollins defeated Dominic Mysterio. The finish came where basically before the thing, Seth berated Murphy, slammed him against the locker and held him and said, "Do you dare come out tonight?" Dominic's the cage is open. Dominic is ready to cry out. Mysterio's waiting. Boom! Ray gets absolutely wiped out by Murphy. He comes out, makes a save. He closes the door. Dominic tries to climb out the cage. Murphy climbs up and he holds him in long enough. He eventually falls on long enough that Seth manages to hold Dominic, put him down to the top rope, pull him over the top rope, off the cage, superplex, really nice in the end.
It's the never-ending story, isn't it?
Yeah, despite that, Rollins will slow down the fiery rookie. Eventually putting Dominic down with 2 stomps as he stared on Mysterio family. One thing I think I want to see now is Dominic go away from Seth.
Yeah, last week was the perfect send off note. Just Mysterios get the retribution, all of the family do. Yeah. I don't know why this happened. Move on.
Yeah, and it's after the match. So after the bell, Rollins once again berating Miff, slamming against the cage door, saying, "When will you learn?" Getting a couple more weeks of this, but I don't know what I think. I really don't.
Yeah, we've got to go past it. I don't know what Dom does from here, but
yeah, same. But
yeah,
who's the United States champion? Lashley?
Yes.
Okay, right.
No, you don't put him against the Hurt Business because Hurt Business can't lose.
No, great. Currently, we'll comment on later. Braun Strowman,
Raw Underground.
Yeah. No. Why did I agree to you? Of course not. But basically, Riddick Moss and Dolph Ziggler are going high on Raw Underground. Strowman comes in and clears house. We come back after the adverts. It's Riddick Moss against Strowman. Again, clears house. We come back again. Riddick Moss and Ziggler now trying to take him out. That doesn't happen. Strowman clears, and then it's Dabba-Kato. Before they can get into it, Shane interferes and goes, "No, next week. Come back next week." And you know what? Fair play. It's something that Braun might need.
Yeah, but if it doesn't matter who wins or loses, no one gains anything.
That's the one problem, but maybe just give Braun a little bit of a freshness.
On paper, it looks good. And also, if you've got rules, enforce them. There is a brand split. You can't tell me the executives on the USA Network in the Brand for Brand Invitational
No,
invited
well,
Braun
we already had
Strowman
it
to
today.
go to Raw.
We had Street Profits. Cesaro and Shinsuke. So,
Oh yeah, but they've said it's part of the Brand for Brand Invitational.
yeah.
There was nothing said about that.
Raw Underground is underground. It's not governed. Possibly, maybe that's the ruling, so anyone can appear.
Don't call it Raw Underground.
It's called,
You know?
yeah, probably licensing. Drew McIntyre and Keith Lee got into a brawl backstage. Viper hit Lee. Viper, last week, God. Lee took offense to the implicated champion's words and basically pulled Paul brawl. Bleh. Kevin Owens defeated Aleister Black after their foray into Raw Underground last week. Kevin Owens announced about to arrive into the WWE Thunderdome. The Dutch Destroyer worked over KO's knee, but was eventually distracted by lights in the arena flickering. While it did not single the rival Retribution, this time it did give Owens another stun. Now, I saw a tweet by Ryan Sutton that said, interesting wrinkle tonight with Retribution, revealing they spent time at the Performance Center. They're seemingly helping Kevin Owens win a match later in the night by messing with the lights as a distraction. Possible, maybe?
Aleister Black leads Retribution confirmed.
Aleister Black, you mean KO?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
No, you're not gonna have Kevin Owens leading this group and then cutting a promo on a banana on YouTube.
No.
The two go together.
This is peak Kevin Owens, by the way. It was when it was 2017 when he wasn't doing he wasn't in a feud. He was just winning matches on SmackDown or whatever, and it was just the after show promos when Renee Young were interviewing him, and he was just laid on boxes. He complained about people banging. There was one where the entire promo just told Renee Young to shut up as they were asking him questions.
Yeah, that was probably peak Kevin Owens.
For me, anyway.
I'm not sure he's been the same since.
No. I'm sorry, I'm just reading comments. I'd like to see Retribution take off the fan LED boards and fill them all with hooded members. Great way to end the show. Maybe that's how you reveal one. Is all goes dark, all the members, whoever's in the ring is demolished. All 5 of them stand, and then all the LED boards all go black, and then all come on with just hooded figures.
Yeah, maybe. They've got to make it look more rough around the edges, though, because nothing says chaos quite like a proper computer logo. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Just do it on PowerPoint and have like the little PowerPoint logo, like activate Windows in the bottom right or something.
Yeah, it doesn't feel. It feels too polished and sanitized.
Yeah.
Sanitized,
did you say? Sanity confirmed. The Riot Squad defeated Natalia and Lana. As the WWE's Women's Tag Team Championship match at Clash of Champions approaches, the Riot Squad looked to send out a message to Nia Jax, so Shayna defeating Natalia and Lana. All the champions responded to the brash challenges by ambushing Natalia and Lana after the bell. Jax capped off the attack by grabbing the Ravishing Russian and driving her through the commentary table with a submarine drop. Yeah, who cares?
Tell us what you thought about this.
Oh, I'm a big fan of Natalia. She's one of my favourite retina here with the passion.
They are on social media. They're really trying to get over, and I appreciate the effort.
It's one thing Natalia does well. Sorry, when she's got a new thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. They're both putting in so much effort on social media to get it over, and then it comes to TV, and it's just like, and you wonder why people might not care.
Yeah. But main event we'll go to. It was Drew McIntyre versus Keith Lee in the match. Going as obviously normal. Keith Lee was going to take out Drew to win himself that shot if Randy Orton is unable to. But Lee would not get through. Retribution crashed the scene and ambushed both superstar. So, really like this. Keith Lee and Drew McIntyre looked out of it when Retribution was standing. It's more, not after. The Hurt Business come out to sort of challenge them, so it's all 4 of them. And at first they come out thing, and then they go, "We're doing this. We're doing this." Take off the jacket, the ties in the jacket, and just a big all-out brawl. Retribution do get the upper hand at the start. They're all brawling down the ring. Keith Lee and Drew McIntyre join over the top rope flips, whatever it's called. And you know what? I like that Hurt Business just to bring your in-your-face Raw to a heated conclusion. Like,
yeah, that was good, wasn't it? People actually standing up to Retribution. So
yeah.
It was quite a good main event segment, but
Yeah.
do you think Keith Lee's ever going to get like a clean finish on TV?
No.
He's getting a little bit too much at this point.
4 weeks, not 3 weeks.
I know he got the big Spirit Bomb win over Orton at Payback, but let's see a bit more on TV.
Yeah.
Come on.
That was Raw. I don't actually have a main event. I'll think some off the top of my head quickly. Right, main event. So this week we've also got more Retribution. Vince has come to you. His booking idea, this one. Vince has come to you. He wants you to create a stable for New Raw, and they're going to run Raw. So you have 2 mid-carders, 1 main eventer, a tag team, and a women's wrestler. Who do you get them in, and what is your plan with them? I've already always thought of this, so here we go. Right. My main eventer is Drew. Big Scottish lad to really sort of command this faction. He is like that natural leader. My 2 mid-card who would hold the mid-card titles are Sheamus and Cesaro. Sheamus United States, Cesaro Intercontinental. Cesaro and his amazing solo run. This is where I got the problem. So I think you can already see where I'm going. The tag team is my one issue.
Right.
If we did this after Raw, I would have said Andrade and Angel Garza. They come together and this great Mexican. They will cheat. They will do, and they will do these days, but they will hold the tag team belts to say one. And then my woman would be Asuka. And you've sort of got this sort of world faction taking over this American company. I know it's off the top of my head.
The League of Nations.
The League of Nations, but actually done well into an actual faction.
Right. I don't know. I'm looking now. I'm just going to pick probably the guys that I like that aren't doing much.
Do it, but you got to justify at least why are they there.
All right. Rob Roode.
Because they're my favourite.
Get Rob Roode on there. Robert Roode. Carmella.
That's, you know what? Sort of main event. Well, not sort of main event. Who is the mystery woman?
Carmella.
Okay, great main event. What do you think they've got about it?
What do I think about?
It's very obvious it's Carmella because the tattoo.
If it's something for her to do, then go for it.
Okay.
Brendan Vink.
Brendan Vink and Shane Thorne, your tag team?
No, Brendan Vink he's got a team with.
He's the main eventer.
He will team with Kona Reeves.
Okay.
And we'll have my main eventer is going to be Giant Ninja.
You know what? I paid to see that. Sorry, this week's main event was rubbish.
And they're just there because
they've been underappreciated.
Yeah, they've got nothing better to do.
Well, what we've got in the upcoming weeks of next week in wrestling. So we've obviously got Clash of Champions coming very soon, but so I'm just trying to think in terms of big matches. AEW haven't announced anything.
Thatcher versus Priest.
Thatcher Priest, that'd be a decent match. Is it for the belt?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, I'll see.
I don't know what's going on
Impact.
On Impact. Might have a look actually.
While you do that, I'll do some shameless promo. Obviously, everything is coming back soon. So on Mondays, obviously not this Monday, but we normally have tier list with KD. I know we've got Kieran, Josh, and Will all to come up very soon. On Tuesdays, it's me and Simon, the most consistent show on the most consistent podcast on the channel at 11:30 a.m. we are back here with the Wrestling Corner. Hopefully next week we get something a bit more of taste. On Wednesday, it is the Top Corner podcast. The Big Daddy Mole, they're coming back soon, so I think tomorrow, mate, possibly we're going to have our predictions out for the season. We're going to have all the top 5 leagues. Where is everyone going to finish, in our opinions? And we're going to do, I think, top goal scorer for every league as well. So come join us for that, because come let us know what your predictions are. On Thursday or Friday, depending on, I think, games and availability, it's the NFL Corner with Kieran and, well, with the NFL back. So the boys, my team, Jacksonville Jaguars, surprisingly winning this week. So I'm happy with that. And then watch-alongs. Watch-alongs are coming. I think our next one is at the weekend, but Josh is slaving all for the podcast and stuff. So yeah, I doubt there'll be watch-along. We had one yesterday to go tune on that, give it a like. Anything else to promote for the channel? Twitch streams. Josh sometimes streams on Twitch at the Top Corner. My F1 streams will be every week. When there's an F1 race, I will be live. We're going to have to make it look a bit more nicer this week. But yeah. Anything left to promote, Simon?
I can't find an Impact preview apart from Rich Swan will be in the Impact Zone.
There we go. See, next week you tune into the Wrestling Corner.
Tune in for Locker Room Talk.
Locker Room Talk. Well, Sam, thank you very much for joining me today. We had a busy morning, but we've done it at normal time, and we finished it at normal time.
Cool.
Thank you very much for joining me there. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share it with your mum, share it with your dad, share it with your cat, dog, whoever. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next week for Rich Swan in the Impact Zone.
Yeah.